very explosive. But more than anything, I want to get in there and just get in and do what I do best. And what I do best is it equals a good explosive performance.
Tell us about training over here with Peter and Hughie's gym, because you're living over here in the week. How hard is it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good to get away. You see, obviously I train in Rotherham with Richard, but as a fighter, it's good to go away. I didn't have the amateur experience, but me travelling all over England, getting that good sparring with fighters, that's what brings me on as well. So I'm always learning in the spars, and like I said, what matters is learning all and putting it into practice into the fight.
You mentioned that world there. You're the IBF European champion. Is it only a matter of time before you're in the IBF world rankings, do you believe? I know Dennis Hopkinson wants to go to the convention and push your race.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm the European IBF champion, and see with that, another few defences or whichever way, Dennis, my promoters and my managers, whichever way they're going to go, I'm the fighter. I'll be ready to fight anyone, and I believe that's where we'll be going.
Yeah, the David Price fight was over more than 3 years ago, but you've had 6 wins since then. Do you think people are now saying, oh, Kash Ali, the heavyweight who's making strides, or Kash Ali, the boxer who got disqualified against David Price?
Yeah, people are always going to mention that. That's just life, but I'm over that, and yeah. I'm, like I said, I'm making progression, and I'm just doing what I'm doing, and what I believe what I'm doing in the ring, it'll take me to where I believe I'll go. And like I said, that was something in the past of, so yeah. That's we move on, and that's it.
Well, you say you've had the 6 wins since then. You picked up a title. Things are going very well in your career.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. We all make mistakes in life, but it's one in the past, and I move on, and I have moved on, and people can tune in and watch the real me and watch what I do in the ring.
And how pleased have you been with what you call the real me the last few fights?
Yeah, I've been putting in some good performances. The last kid I got out of that, fought a tough German kid who's never been stopped him in 7. And the kid before that was a big puncher. I think he was favourite, and I managed to knock him out there in 3 rounds. But it's the work I'm putting in with Richard and getting the experience when I'm going around. When I'm here, I've got Peter, sparring with Hughie, and the other lads coming in and mixing it up, and that's what it's about, learning everywhere I go.
You say you've been everywhere you go, you've been around a few gyms. Is this the hardest you're working now in your career?
Yeah, seeing boxing, to me, I just listen to my coach, Richard, whatever he says, I just listen to him. He's been there and seen it all. So for me, I just got to do what he says, and I listen, and it's working so far. I'm getting the good performance in, getting the good knockouts, and that's what it's all about, listening and staying consistent. I think that's the biggest key in boxing, staying consistent and knowing when to drop it, when to pick it back up. So you can't kill yourself all year out, but you keep consistent, that's the key.
As you're moving toward the world stage, there's other Britons up there already, but there's fighters around where you are now. I just want to ask you about a couple of them. Would you fancy the job, and how would you do against them? Derek Chisora. Yeah,
100%. I've sparred with Derek, and this is what I want to be in the sport, fight, being good, competitive fights. And sometimes you can fight a kid who nobody knows. Because nobody knows him, you don't get the recognition. But you need to fight someone who, if I find England, it's good to fight a kid who's got recognition, and then that's what makes a big fight. So yeah, definitely that's one fight in the future. I think if it ever happened, I believe in me at my best, I'll beat anybody. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Joyce, I guess, will give up the British title. What about yourself and Nathan Gorman for that? You're both on similar paths, both chasing the same dreams. Must probably ranked similarly.
Yeah, 100%. I think Joe Joyce got the British title, and if he vacates, it makes sense. There's a couple of us around that top 10 mark, and if it makes sense, the British is a beautiful prestige title. So if I pick down the way up, brilliant.
Until then, the IBF Europe, you're happy defending that? And
yeah, I'm
comers from Europe.
Yeah, that's it. Sending them back to where they come from.
And you've got the belt, they've got to come to you as well, haven't they?
Yeah, see, that's another thing. When you're a champion, you're a target. It's like I've got all red lasers on my back.
You see a few fighters saying they want you. Do you like that when you hear that?
Yeah, if people are calling me out, that's telling me that I must be doing something. I must be worth something. I must be good. You're not going to call out people who you don't think is good or stuff like that. So yeah, 100%.
You're winning, that's why.
Yeah.
6 on the trot.
Yeah, winning and causing destruction wherever we go.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.